What's up, guys? Alright, so now that we are getting to the end part of the challenge, it's very important to start thinking about the next steps. But before we jump into that, my goal here is to sort of break down for you the anatomy of a 6-week challenge, or the purpose of a 6-week challenge. So let's get into it. The purpose of a 6-week challenge is to get your body fat down twice as fast as it usually would on a 3 or 6 month program. Now, while that sounds awesome in theory or great on paper, living it is a whole different story. There is no way you can sustain a 6-week challenge style of dieting and training longer than 6 to 8 weeks without crashing, without suffering, without your immune system breaking down, without getting mental distractions. There's just no way you can sustain that. That's why we like to keep things around the 6-week time frame. So you can see here with my little graph that I've drawn up here, hopefully you guys can see on that video, this is your old body fat. So this is what you start a 6-week challenge on, right? The goal, if you're following the plan properly, is to bring your fat down super quick in a 6-week time frame, and this is your new body fat level here. Now, that's amazing, right? The purpose of a 6-week challenge is, like I said, to get your body fat down twice as fast as a typical program, right? So there are pros and cons of going fast and obviously going steady. There are more cons going fast than there are pros. I'll say that again. There are more cons of going fast because I know everyone wants to hit results really, really fast. We all live in a world of instant gratification and a world of impatience. Alright, so this here, while it does produce really awesome results and you feel good for 5 minutes, the stats do show that it's not sustainable. In fact, Fitness Australia ran a study on 6-week challenges last year and the stats were horrendous. 88% of people who get great results at the end of a 6-week challenge go back to where they were within 4 weeks. That blows my mind. That's actually really concerning. That means out of 10 people, only one of you will actually sustain the results that you worked hard for and invested a lot of money in for. All right, let that sink in for a bit. Now let's break down some of the things that you guys would have been experiencing or currently are experiencing on a 6-week challenge. The first one being rapid weight loss. Your guys' weight would come off super quick, and I've heard of the numbers already, and there's been some amazing transformations. The downside of that though is that it's super restricting. All right, you can't have carbs. We've pretty much cut carbs out of your diet. Low energy, so you guys are probably experiencing low energy levels right now because we have you on a super calorie restricted diet while we're increasing your output. You guys can sort of start putting the pieces of the puzzle together because that is no way to sustain a lifestyle. It's too extreme, right? Big one is lots of pressure. You're putting pressure on yourself to hit certain sizes, certain weight, certain body fat percentages, whatever your goals are. It's a lot of pressure because the pressure actually comes from you trying to hit a big goal in a short amount of time. So that's probably one of the big cons of a 6-week challenge, is the ridiculous amount of pressure we put on ourselves, okay? The big one for me, no social life. You can't go out here, you can't eat out there, you can't go to this place for your favorite cafe. It's very restricting because you have a short amount of time to hit a very big goal. I hope that makes sense. And the big one here, which is the main part of this video, is that it is not sustainable. There is no way you can live on a super calorie restricted diet, doing crazy amounts of training, cutting out all carbs, not going to birthdays or weddings or lunches or whatever you do for social activities. There's no way you can live the rest of your life like that. And as I always say, the best diet is the one you can see yourself doing a year from now. Now let's jump across the board here. 6 months is a typical time frame for a transformation, a healthy transformation, a sustainable transformation. I'll say that again. A healthy and sustainable transformation takes at least 6 months. Now, if you think that's long, that's probably why you've never hit the results that you really want deep down inside, because you're not looking at the bigger picture. Now, like I said, while 6 weeks is amazing, we can get these rapid results. Let's say we get you down to this new level of body fat, okay? Which is awesome, great, fantastic. You've done the work, you've committed, you've done awesome. What we don't want to see is you going back up to this level again. That would break my heart. All right, don't do that. You've paid money, you've invested time, sweat, tears, maybe even a bit of blood if you got calluses, but you've invested so much of your time and energy and money. Why would you want to go back there again? Okay, so it's important to have a reverse dieting strategy or a next step strategy. So here's what we've got planned for you guys. Once you hit that new level of body fat, you've either hit your goal or you've still got a bit of work to do. For me, I'm still quite far away from achieving my goal, so I'm going to be following this method here. So let me just talk about what my strategy is and the strategy that I'll be using for you guys moving forward. Once I hit my new level of body fat, next week. I don't want to go super quick like that. A, I have Christmas coming up. B, I got New Year's coming up. C, I want to enjoy my favorite time of the year, okay? So I need a strategy to get me through that phase of the year. And this is what it looks like. I'm going to slowly bring my fat down, so I'm still pushing for goals, except the pressure's not on me now because I have more time to play with. So you can see here, you can see the bars slightly going down over a 6-month time frame, and then boom, I hit my goal at the end. That is how a reverse dieting, reverse training strategy looks like after you complete a 6-week challenge. If that makes sense, give me a thumbs up, give me some love, because this is really important stuff. No coaches talk about the reverse dieting or reverse training strategy after a blitz. They're like, awesome, well done Jane, you've lost 20 kilos on the challenge, now go and do your own thing and hopefully you don't put it back on. That's literally how the game works, and I don't want that for you guys. Like I said, you guys have invested time, stress, effort, money, everything else in between to get these results. Let's make sure we keep them, all right? Now let's have a look at a 6-month program and why this is my preferred choice. Even though I want the results now, I'm looking at the bigger picture, and this is what the bigger picture looks like. The first one, it is a much more enjoyable process. When I've got 6 months to hit my goal versus 6 weeks, I can enjoy life. I can have carbs. I can go out and have a social life. I can have a few beers with my mates on the weekend. I can miss a workout here or there and it won't affect me too much. Does that make sense? Because I have all this time to play with. It means I have wiggle room or buffer room to be able to play around with, which means I get to enjoy the journey a lot more. The next thing I love is the fact that it's way easier. There's no pressure. I have 6 months to work on my goals versus 6 weeks. That alone is going to change the game for a lot of yous right now. The third thing is it doesn't even feel like a diet. When you have 6 months, you can afford to have a lot more calories, a lot more refeeds, a lot more cheat meals, which means you get to enjoy that social life, which is a very important part of most of our lives, and you get to enjoy your yummy foods. For me, the perfect diet is the one that you can see yourself sticking to a year from now, but also includes the foods that you actually love eating on a daily basis. And that's what you get to experience when you play the longer game. The fourth thing, my favorite thing, is you get more food. Who doesn't love more food, right? Cutting fat while having more calories is the goal. That's how you want to do it. You don't want to be starving yourself like a 6-week challenge. Now you guys can understand by now the difference between the two. This is go fast, this is go at a steadier pace. When you're going at a steadier pace, like I said, you get to have more food, there's less pressure, there's more social life, there's more carbs, there's more yummier foods. So for me, it already makes sense. Why would I not want to play the longer game? The fifth thing is, like I keep saying, you get to live life. There's no point dieting like a bodybuilder and hating life and carrying around Tupperware containers like you're getting ready for a show if you're not a bloody bodybuilder. It's very important to make sure you have this great work-life balance happening, because that's what makes the journey more sustainable. Which leads me to my sixth, final and most important message here about playing the long game, is that you have a 6 times higher chance of sustaining your results for life as opposed to someone playing the short game. So guys, I hope you can see the clear difference there between a 6-week transformation program like the Blitz versus a 6-month program which we have here at Six Pack Bootcamp. It's about playing the long game. Those that play short games never actually achieve what they want in life. And that goes for anything: financial goals, investing goals, business goals, relationship goals. If you're always playing the short game, you can't expect much returns from that. So what I'm trying to tell you guys now is start planting the seed. Where do you want to go next? Do you want to keep these results for life, or do you want to keep them for 5 minutes? The choice is yours.